When you have the same nouns in two sentences, and the noun in the second sentence appears in the adverb position, you can replace the adverb with a relative adverb and combine the two sentences. In this case, you call this part of the combined sentence a relative clause. For instance, take the sentence, I remember the restaurant and I ate dinner at the restaurant. Both sentences mention the same restaurant, and in the second sentence, the restaurant appears in the adverb position. In this case, you can combine the two sentences. First, you change the adverb in the second sentence into a relative adverb. Relative adverbs are words that tell people that the sentence is compressed. Secondly, put the relative adverb right after the common information in the first sentence. Lastly, move the rest of the second sentence to right after the relative adverb and you're done. If the common information was in the noun position of the second sentence, the relative clause is called a relative pronoun clause. If the common information was in the adverb position of the second sentence, the relative clause is called the relative adverb clause. If you want to learn about the relative pronoun clause, check out this video. In this video, however, we're going to talk about relative adverb clauses. Let's begin. Let's first talk about the types of relative adverbs. You use where if the noun in the second sentence is located in the adverb talking about location. For instance, the two sentences share the noun the restaurant, and the noun in the second sentence appears in the location-related adverb. In this case, change the entire adverb in the restaurant into where. Secondly, put the word where right after the common information in the first sentence. Lastly, put the rest of the second sentence right after the relative adverb where and you're done. Moving on, you use when for nouns in time-related adverbs as in I know the time when the package arrives. Next, you use why for the word reason in the adverbs as in I know the reason why Jenny hates tomatoes. Lastly, you use how for the manner-related adverbs, but the usage is a little bit different. Although other relative adverbs can be put side by side with the common information of the first sentence as the following, the word how cannot be put side by side with the common information of the first sentence. You have to delete one of the two, as in I know the way she did it or I know how she did it. Now let's talk about two technical things that make relative adverbs confusing. The first thing is the deletion of the relative adverbs. You can delete either the common information noun or the relative adverb if you want. For instance, in the following sentence, you can either say I know the restaurant I had dinner last night or I know where I had dinner last night. The same goes for the relative adverb when and why. Be aware that when you delete the common information instead of the relative adverb, the part of speech of the relative clause changes. What do I mean? When you write both the common information and the relative adverb, the part of speech of the relative clause is an adjective. However, if you delete the common information noun, the part of speech of the relative clause changes into a noun. For this reason, people often exclude the common information noun when they don't want to specifically name something, either because they don't know how to call it or because they want to call something by its definition. For instance, let's say the speaker wants to say the following sentences but doesn't know the name of the place. In this case, they can put where in the noun box, move the word where in the second sentence to right after the first where, and then delete one of the wheres, and put the rest of the second sentence after the relative adverb. This sentence is grammatically correct. The same goes for the relative adverb when, why, and how. Moving on, the second confusing thing is that you can replace the relative adverb with the word that. When, where, why can be replaced by the word that as the following. And as I mentioned earlier, you cannot put the way and how together, but putting the word that right after the phrase the way is totally fine. This is it for the relative adverb clause. If you want to know more about the relative pronoun, check out this video. And if you want to know more about relative adverb clauses, check out our blog in the link below. It was nice having you, and goodbye.